Hey everyone, we're going to talk homeschool rooms today. So why would you have a homeschool room? Some really good reasons to have a homeschool room is to have a dedicated space for your homeschool. I know a lot of families have these beautiful homeschool rooms that I kind of have homeschool room envy over. And it makes me want to redo our table and all that kind of stuff and just make it look gorgeous. So a big reason why a lot of people like to have homeschool rooms is to keep stuff off of their kitchen table. I know that is a big reason in a lot of houses is because you have to move books every time that you eat. So breakfast, we're moving books off the table. Lunch, we're moving books off the table. Dinner, we're moving books off the table. And that can get really annoying, especially as a mom having to holler at your kids every time and tell them to move their stuff so that you can put some dinner on the table. Another reason is that it can help your kids stay focused to have a dedicated homeschool room. A lot of kids, if they are in different rooms, can get very distracted, whether it's by a sibling or whether it is by some other stuff that's going on, that they do really great having a dedicated desk or a dedicated room to do their schoolwork in. You may also want a place to put all of your things. So a lot of people have different cabinets and whatnot in different rooms. We're going to talk about that in just a second, but sometimes they want to have one specific room for all their homeschool stuff. And I don't blame them because I'm a little bit OCD when it comes to stuff like that. So I like to have a place to have all of my homeschool things. Especially if you're a poster person too. I have a lot of friends that like to hang different posters on their walls. So if you have a homeschool room, you have a spot to do this and you're not just hanging stuff in your living room. So why would you not have a homeschool room? A really great reason for not having a homeschool room is the fact that you do not have room in your house. If you don't have room, you can't make a homeschool room, and that is perfectly fine. We like to actually not use a homeschool room in our house. We kind of sort of have one, but it's more of a craft room than a homeschool room. No school happens in this room. We've had homeschool rooms in other houses that we actually never used. We never stepped foot back there. It was a big, huge waste of space. We did keep some school books back there, but we kept most of them in our living room. So it was really more of a guest room than it was a homeschool room. So it was really pointless to have different stuff back there for homeschool room because we never ever homeschooled back there. My son in particular gets very distracted in a homeschool room. He will start looking at stuff on the walls, or he'll just start playing with his pencil. He's better when he's in a room with everybody. For one, because I can stay on top of him and tell him to quit twiddling. And for another thing, I don't know, he just is able to stay more focused. I guess because that's our life, is we always just have chaos. So when he's in the middle of that doing his schoolwork, it's more normal for him than to go in a quiet room where he's going to get more easily distracted. So this right here is why I'm standing in front of my big green cabinet. This is our homeschool cabinet. So this is my favorite piece of furniture in our house. A lot of it is because of the greenness of it. I don't know why I love that color green so much. I don't have anything else in my house this color, but I found this bad boy used. Someone flipped it. And sold it on just like a yard sale site or whatever, and I love this piece of furniture. So this has been our school cabinet. We even stopped using it as a school cabinet for a while, and we still ended up calling it our school cabinet because that is just the nature of it. So I turn it back into our school cabinet again. So I store all of our homeschool stuff in here for both of my kids. And we very easily could probably store enough stuff in here for 4 kids if I really wanted to reorganize it and to make it fit better for 4 children. So because I know a lot of homeschool families do have more than just 2 kiddos they're homeschooling. I will eventually be homeschooling 3 kids at the same time. So it's very doable to still use a cabinet like this for multiple kids, and certainly more than just 2 kids. So nice and squeaky. So here's our homeschool cabinet. So we fit all kinds of stuff in here. So I've got my homeschool records here, so the stuff we need for the state, stuff that I've saved from other years. We've got some books, some coloring books. This is all of our craft stuff, which I'm not even going to bother pulling that out because it is a mess in there, but that's all of our craft stuff. We've got our pencil sharpener, pencils, scissors, glue, all of that is back here. So I've just got a nice little thing that my kids can pull out and bring it onto the table to get their glue and scissors and whatnot. Got some pencils falling out the bottom of it. Over here I have a lot of different manipulatives. I've got our geo boards, I've got our little shape tiles, a science kit and stuff like that. I do have our printer in here. That's just the best place we have to put our printer in our house. So I do have my printer in here. We've got crayons and markers and stuff, and again, they can pull these out and bring them out onto any of the tables because honestly, they usually end up using them on our coffee table more so than anything else. I've got a huge, guys, does anyone else have this many erasers? Please tell me that I am not alone in having this many erasers. And I know part of it is from being in Japan that they've got like these crazy cute erasers. It's kind of just ridiculous, but we have a ton of erasers. Hopefully I'm not alone. And then I've got another basket in here that has some other manipulatives. It has our linking cubes and it has our coins in here and the little clock. We've got this cute Lego clock that we use for time, some flashcards and whatnot. So I'm able to store all of that kind of stuff on top. And then on the bottom is where we actually store all of their work. So let me move this real quick so you guys can see. So all of their work is in the drawers. I've got the top drawer for my oldest son and the bottom drawer for my youngest son. So we just very neatly have the books stacked up in here. I also have a little dry erase board for all of the kids to have their own. So this does kind of become unorganized after a while because, you know, the boys aren't going to be neat about it and they're just going to throw their stuff in there. But it only takes like 5 seconds to reorganize, so it's pretty easy. I went through their stuff from last school year and I think it took me a whopping 10 minutes to reorganize it. So it's really not that big of a deal if they throw books in there and need to reorganize. So that is what we use, is we have our homeschool cabinet. A lot of people just have bookshelves up and that works too. I like that I can close this up and not see anything in there. We do have another bookshelf that just has some other junk on it, basically. It has some construction paper and some other really little kid toys that I'm just saving around since we have a baby that's going to be using them probably within the next couple of years. But that's not really so much homeschool related stuff. It's just an extra bookshelf that we have in here. I've seen people store stuff in their own children's rooms to where each kid has stuff in their own closet or in a dresser or whatever in their own room and they're expected to take it out each day from their bedroom. I've seen families keep stuff in kitchen cabinets just because they have these huge, beautiful kitchens that I don't have. So they're able to store stuff in their kitchen cabinets because they've got the extra cabinet space. I have a lot of friends that are full-time RVers, so obviously they are not going to have a homeschool room. So they are going to be creative with where they're storing their homeschool stuff as well. They're going to be putting stuff in cabinets, maybe putting stuff underneath couches or underneath beds. I know that that's our long-term goal, is to be able to be in an RV. So I'm already getting my wheels spinning and where I'm going to place stuff in our RV when we have 3 kids homeschooling. So please tell me where you put all your homeschool stuff. Do you have a dedicated homeschool room? Do you have a homeschool bookshelf, homeschool cabinet? Do you put stuff in your kids' room? Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later.